how's it going? So I'm Nessie, I'm the Good Leader of Sleeping Soul. I like to go over a topic every Saturday, something about the game. So today, I'm going to talk specifically about the Kafra Log. I thought it'd be a pretty good topic to go over since we're already into May, and according to the log, it's going to be expiring on May 30th. As we get closer to the log expiring, I'm sure people are going to have a lot of questions about how to finish up their book. At first, I'm going to go over kind of like what you should be doing in order to maximize your XP every week. So, have you ever done anything with the Kafra Log before? Prior to the episode SP updates, we're already receiving the assistant medals of the assistant medal cap of 1,800 a week. So a lot of people might already be used to doing this. You know, getting your 1,800, maybe you're spending it on rough stones, or you're pouring growth panaceas, all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure a lot of people are already used to doing kind of these tasks. Reaching 1,800 a week is actually pretty easy as far as that goes. But the first thing I'm going to say is that I want you to ignore that. That does not apply to leveling the adventure log itself. So we're just going to completely ignore it. As long as you're doing all this kind of stuff, you're going to reach that medal cap every week very, very easily. In fact, very early. It's possible when you do more tasks, you might not even realize that you've completed them because sometimes the red dot actually doesn't show up. So I'd say, you know, at the end of your day, before you log off, always check your Kafra assistant. Make sure you have everything obtained, and also across your alts, which I'm going to go over later, what your alts can also help you with. So the main thing we're going to go over is that we want to get the experience, 100 experience per level, all the time, as much as possible. So first, let's talk about how much time is left. So according to the global Kafra log, and I'm also going to preface this with, as long as nothing changes. As usual, sometimes things change, sometimes a patch happens, things are removed, adjusted, so keep that in mind. This is simply as far as the information I have as of May 20th. So it says the deadline is May 30th. That's coming up pretty soon. It's already May 2nd. One thing I want to say real quick is that it says May 30th reset. So really, if you don't play early morning, it's really through the 29th that you gotta complete. You know, the week of the 25th through the 29th, you need to be able to complete your 1,800 points, because as we showed before, there is still a maximum of 1,800 XP per week. That means there's 7,200 XP left, and that's 72 levels. So that also means if you're not minimum level 78 by basically tomorrow night, May 3rd, you cannot essentially quote-unquote free to play up to level 150. Getting to level 150, you're required to purchase the advanced log. Otherwise, you already have access to 100, I believe. So, you know, of course, you're still paying a little bit to get to that level and get extra rewards, but, you know, if you're trying to be frugal, you want to save your BCC for a rainy day, for the gacha, and you want to, you know, just complete all these tasks as frequently as possible in order to avoid spending BCC to finish off your levels. So you have to be a minimum of 78 in order to free to play this, essentially. So every day, there are 13 different daily tasks that you can do to get 260 points. This means about 3 levels. Now, as I was swapping between characters, something I've realized is that pet adventure and rifts can actually be done per character. What this means is you can actually get extra points every day if you do these 2 tasks on your alts. So if you do a pet adventure on your alt as well as rifts, then you're going to get 340 points every day towards your 1,800 total. If you do this every day, you're done with the entire week within just... The math said like 5.1 or 5.2, so it's really just about within 6 days you can be done with the entire week. Now there are other tasks that you can do weeklies, which actually I just realized I forgot to make a thing for that, but we can go over that in the book later. There are weekly tasks that are about worth 400 points. So that include Oracle and Valhalla and Endless Tower. So really you want, what's it called? You still want to accrue 1400 points. We're going to go into the question, should you use BCC to level? You could. If you think you're not going to make it to the max level, you could just do it today if you want. You could completely ignore the tasks forever. You know, maybe you just want to get your assistant medals and not worry about reaching the level 150 at the end of the day. It's completely up to you. It's completely up to you, your budget, you know, what it is you want to do, what it is you want to buy in the game, and really what you want to use your BCC for. So with that, you know, we've kind of gone over this kind of stuff.